Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Saturday of the 10th week in Ordinary Time. Today is also the obligatory memorial of St. Anthony of Padua. I'm sure all of you know St. Anthony by your loving devotion to him. I guess he's well known for helping us find things, right? Car keys, cell phone, whatever we have lost. And believe it or not, through the grace of this wonderful friar minor belonging to the Franciscan community, St. Anthony finds it for us. But let's just be clear, he's more than just finding things. I mean, his whole life is dedicated to God. He was born in Lisbon, Portugal. Did you know that? And he first received the call to the priesthood and entered the Augustinians. You know, the friars who staffed Villanova, those priests and brothers. Well, he joined the Augustinian order, the order of St. Augustine. But shortly after that, he left that community and joined the order of Friar Minors, which is the Franciscans, the order that St. Francis of Assisi founded. He was so amazed and taken back of their preaching, their love for the poor, that he asked permission to leave the Augustinians and to enter the order of Friar Minor, which is the Franciscan, OFM, Order of Friar Minor. And he became a Franciscan. That's why you usually see St. Anthony in a Franciscan habit, right? Which is the brown robe with the cord and the 3 knots. You know what those 3 knots signify, right? The vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, which the friars take, and how they give themselves totally to God. Well, happy St. Anthony Day to all of you, and I hope he may find many things for you. If you are lost and cannot find your way to God, let that be the first. And maybe for your children and grandchildren, or your spouse or your siblings, may St. Anthony help them find God. Let's not worry about too many things now, but let's work on that first. And then, having us find really the peace that we long for in our own hearts, right? And then, of course, asking St. Anthony to help us find things that we really need to find, those material things that will help us and help others. So, St. Anthony of Padua, pray for us. Well, I'm in the chapel today, everyone. Isn't this a beautiful chapel of St. Mary's? This is called the Divine Mercy Perpetual Adoration Chapel. I know it's a tongue twister, but it's the Divine Mercy Perpetual Adoration Chapel here at St. Mary's Church. And this chapel is dedicated to Jesus Christ in his image of the Divine Mercy. There's a beautiful mural on the opposite wall of Divine Mercy, absolutely breathtaking. And the altar itself is just so beautifully adorned with the monstrance here 24/7. Unfortunately, in this pandemic, because the chapel is on the smaller size, there's only maybe about 15 chairs here, which is plenty for us, because adoration, even though it's 24/7, it's usually 1, 2, or 3 persons in here at any given time. So 15 chairs is, I think, plenty for us. Now, there's more sometimes than 3 people on occasion. But I mean, when you're talking about 24/7, it's a nice sized chapel. It's beautiful. And it's so nice that we have perpetual adoration here, don't you think? Perpetual adoration means 24/7. However, in some moments in this perpetual adoration schedule, we have to suspend it. For instance, like a pandemic, or inclement weather, floods and hurricanes and storms. Oh my, all those kind of things, or snow and ice. So sometimes we suspend the perpetual adoration because we have to, in particular this pandemic. But we moved it to church during the hours of 12 to 3. You know, 12 o'clock when Jesus was on top of Mount Calvary, and 3 o'clock when he died. So those 3 holy hours, of course, we have the adoration of the Blessed Sacrament in the church. So I hope you take advantage of it. Now it's Monday through Saturday. We don't have it on Sunday because we have Mass on Sunday, okay? Which is, of course, the highest form of worship, the one eternal sacrifice of Christ to the Father for the remission of sins, right? The holy sacrifice of the Mass, one Mass. How beautiful is that? Well, tomorrow is the Solemnity of Corpus Christi. I told you about this. I hope you received in your email box the flock note that Sandy sent to you. I received it yesterday, and it's the route of the procession. So we're going to have a Corpus Christi procession tomorrow. So we have masses this evening at, well, not really this evening, it's 4 o'clock, so that's this afternoon. So we have Mass this afternoon at 4, and then tomorrow we have the 9 and the 12 noon. And that's all on the Solemnity of Corpus Christi, right? And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to begin the procession. Now, there's only going to be about 3 or 4 cars that are going to be in front of me and behind me in the vehicle that I will be in. So the back bed of the truck will have an altar, a portable altar with the monstrance on top of it. I'll have like a presider's chair. And then I'll be looking at the monstrance, probably praying my rosary, and we'll be going through the streets. Isn't that nice? Going through the streets of the parish. Jesus is coming to town. You know, you heard Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, Jesus Christ is coming to town. So isn't that beautiful? So we'll be going through the town and the villages and stopping close by you. So I hope you opened that flock note, looked at the route of procession, and see where we are as close to your home. Are we close to your house? Maybe not. Do you want to drive to that area and just park your car and just join your brothers and sisters? You'll see them outside. They might have signs. They might be praying the rosary. They might be kneeling on their grass. Just say, hi, I'm from St. Mary's too. I know that Father's passing by. This way they might want to know, like, who are you? You know, because it just happens that way. But I'm sure you're very friendly. St. Mary's people are very friendly and always say hi. You know, just make sure you have social distancing, okay? So I'll be passing by there and coming, hopefully, to you between the hours of 2 and 4. So the schedule is in the flock note, the church email that you should have opened last night and read, or do it today if you haven't. Now there'll be 3 benedictions. There's always 3 benedictions in a Corpus Christi procession, usually. The first one will be here on campus. Now we have parking lot A and we have parking lot B. And you know how easy it is to remember. Parking lot A is by the annex rooms, which is, if you look at the church, it's on the left. And parking lot B is by the pond, and that's on the right of the side of the church. Okay, so we're going to start on parking lot A, the parking lot in front of the annex. And I'll have a little prayer service. It won't exceed 10 minutes. And then we'll be off and going down and around, up the valleys, down, moving around neighborhoods, and then going all the way to Willowbrook Avenue, which is the street that Deacon Don and Linda Nichols lives on. I'm going to stop there, and I asked Deacon if he would take care of the second benediction. We'll do that, and then we'll take off again, because that's only about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. We'll take off and we'll go around, and then we'll come back to campus for the third benediction. And as you probably already know, the third benediction is the longer one. It's not 5 or 10 minutes, it's more like 35 to 45 minutes. Why? Well, that's where we read the readings, proclaim God's word and give a homily and intercession, Our Father, Benediction. So, as you know, that's not 5 minutes. So it takes anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes to get the third benediction complete. And that will be it. We will have celebrated through Holy Mass, 4 o'clock, 9, 12. And then after Holy Mass of the feast or the solemnity of Corpus Christi, we'll go through an outdoor procession and we'll do 3 benedictions. Parking lot A, Willowbrook Avenue, St. Mary Church. And there you have it. So I told you yesterday that each department takes care of a lot of things here at St. Mary's, and this is, of course, coordinated by the Religious Education Office, which is absolutely true. This year, in a particular way, because we're going outside, Kathy Wisniewski, who is our bookkeeper and purchaser, she's the one who came up to me and said to me, Father, what do you think about, putting a little spin on the Corpus Christi Procession? Because we can't have it on campus because of social distancing, and it's going to be very difficult to do the outside because I know we want to stay next to each other and all that. So what do you think about just putting the Blessed Sacrament on my son-in-law's truck, Dylan? Thank you, Dylan, again. And riding through the neighborhood. I said, that's perfect. I said, would you want to map it out? So her and Peggy took a field trip this week and mapped out all the streets that they thought was a good concentration of people that belong to our parish. And they came back, I looked at it, I thought, well, this is great. And so we couldn't do it on Thursday because of the threat of thunderstorms. That's the traditional day of Corpus Christi, the Thursday after Trinity Sunday. But we're doing it on this Sunday after Trinity Sunday, which is tomorrow. And we're going to be going through the streets and bringing Jesus to the community and blessing our neighborhood and blessing our parish. Isn't that going to be beautiful? Are you excited? Because I am very excited about this. You'll notice on the truck that there'll be a decal on one side and a decal on the other side. In fact, most of the cars will have these decals. So Susan Rosowitz, who is the admin for religious education, business, and bookkeeping, she's an admin upstairs on the second floor of our office building. She's also our graphic designer. And not that I was looking for a graphic designer, but Susan, when we hired her to be the admin, as we all know, she's a graphic designer. So we got 2 for the price of 1. And she's a sweetie. Do you know Susan? We all love her very, very much. She's a kind, loving, fun-filled person. And I'm grateful to her because she does a lot of design work. Like, we don't have to rent that out or ask someone else to do it because that could be very pricey. So she just does it for us. She does things for school, she does things for the parish, she does things for the bazaar, she does things for the feast, she coordinates the feast, she does things for me personally, like my anniversary or things like that. It's amazing, talking about talent, wonderful, talented woman. So she designed these magnetic placards for the car. Oh yeah, they look, wait till you see them. Wait until you see them. They mirror our signs on the campus. Do you notice our 17, 18, 19, our 19 signs on the campus? Well, they mirror that. Oh, they look beautiful. Well, Susan designed the signs as well. So anytime you see Susan, just say, hey Susan, thanks for everything you do. Because she's a wonderful lady. And so we're going to put them on the side. So take a look at that, okay? And I think we're going to be decorating the truck. So, because Peggy does that too. Isn't Peggy amazing? Did you see the church today? Getting ready for the solemnity of Corpus Christi tomorrow? I mean, one day it's blue and white for Mary or the graduates. It looks beautiful. Next day, it's all gold and white or yellow and white for the solemnity of Corpus Christi. Because she knows what to do. And you know what's so beautiful about all these women who work here? No one has to tell them. They just kick right in and they do it. So Kathy, thank you. Susan, thank you. Peggy, thank you. Deacon Don, thank you. All of you, our parishioners and our friends at St. Mary, thank you. Love you very much. Have a happy St. Anthony of Padua day. Watch your keys and wallet and phone. Don't lose them. See ya.